Hi, my name is Phil Anderson, and I'm running for United States Senate to represent Wisconsin. One of the bigger challenges we face as smaller party candidates is getting noticed by the general public. A lot of people are aware that there's a Libertarian Party, but when asked in polls if we aren't offered as an option and people are just left to select between candidates from the Republicans and Democrats, oftentimes they'll just select one as being like, well, absent my preferred candidate, this is the one I would choose, choosing between Ron Johnson or Senator Feingold or whatever. They'll choose that. But given the option to actually choose a candidate, and choose a party, choose an ideology, choose a campaign, they'll choose that. Unfortunately, so far, with the Marquette Law School poll, which is probably the most prominent poll originating from Wisconsin, Professor Charles Franklin of Marquette Law School has not offered third-party candidates, specifically libertarians, but any third-party candidates, as options in the polls. So we look for secondary statistics like people that don't choose either candidate or say that they don't know enough about the candidates. We look for soft spots in those statistics in order to look for where we would lie. But the good news is two things. Number one, that Jake Dorsch, who is the co-chair of Students for Four, Phil Anderson, and he lives up in De Pere, right outside of Green Bay, has gotten a commitment from the St. Norbert's College poll, which is another prominent Wisconsin poll that only comes out twice a year, to at least mention my name as being a Senate candidate in their poll, which won't come out till September or October, but would still be very useful. So thank you to Jake, and thank you, St. Norbert's, in partnership with Wisconsin Public Radio. But also, we are circulating a petition, and you'll find it on my Facebook feed, through a group called Change.org. We're sponsoring a petition to get people to sign to at least allow or to put pressure on Charles Franklin at the Marquette Law School to mention libertarian candidates in his polling, especially in this cycle when we already know that our most likely libertarian presidential nominee is already polling anywhere from 4 to 11% nationally. It certainly indicates that there's a certain amount of already public support already for specifically libertarian candidates. So why not? Why not clean up the data? Why not know who's committed to libertarian candidates? So then, if you can get a better idea of who's committed to the Democrat and the Republican as well. It cleans up the whole data. Now, I'm not a statistician by trade, and I'm sure Professor Franklin is, being a professional pollster. But I think you need to find out the people that already have commitments in their hearts to candidates in order to find out who doesn't, and that makes for better data. So what I encourage you to do is to go to my Facebook feed, either my personal one or the Anderson for U.S. Senate one, and I'll repost this again tomorrow, and sign the petition. It's really easy. Just put in a little bit of information. That information is not used later on to harass you about anything, or used to telemarket to you, or I guess it wouldn't be telemarketing, email marketing to you, or whatever. It's just to indicate your support for the idea that other viable candidates should be offered in the polling. It's simple as that, because you would think that's the case, but it's certainly not. Not in a lot of national polls, and not so far in the Marquette Law School poll. So please go to my feeds tomorrow. Look for a fresh update on the Change.org petition that I put on there, and sign your name. We'll put pressure to at least get mentioned. And then, if it turns out that I'm polling lower than I hope I am, then at least I'll know, and the other candidates will know where they lie without the noise of people that are already committed to the libertarian candidate sort of messing up what should be good data. So that's what I'll do. Hopefully you'll look at that tomorrow and put your name down as somebody who supports the idea that me and our presidential candidate and the other candidates in the state get mentioned in the polls. Thanks very much, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.